The Army Ministries. Look at them fresh graphics on that truck. Friends, we're at our work party. We're out here at the Samford Cemetery. And unfortunately, ain't anybody out here but your humble sergeant major. That's okay, friends. Friends, I'm not trying to complain. These things take a while. You know, a lot of folks that want to do these things don't live in the area. And the folks that live in the area are probably still in bed right now, everybody. So we're going to fire up the chainsaw, the tractor. We're going to make as much noise as we can out here to remind them that, well, I'm not saying it's their responsibility, but they do literally live right there. There's like, I don't know, 1,000 homes over there, but nobody cares. That's okay, friends. So I'm just walking the property right now. Oh, here's somebody. Somebody's showing up right now, friends, as I'm complaining. I mean, the signs look like really cool yard sale signs. So maybe folks are driving down here to see if there's a yard sale, but there's not a yard sale. Come on, come do some work. They drove down here and said, wait, work, I'm out of here. I don't do no work. Not on a Saturday. But look, friends, we mowed this a week ago. Just over, let me think here. About a week and a half ago, we mowed this place. And it looks good, but it's when that rain comes, this is going to be an everyday job. So, friends, here's one of the tasks for today. We got to clean all this up. All this has to be put in a trash bag. Because somebody was coming out here and cleaning it, but then they were just putting it in a pile. What else we got here? I got to get this little area cleaned up. Look, we're just putting all the limbs in this pile over here. And maybe the county can come out and get it. And I got a whole another tree fell. And somebody was nice and kind enough to come out here and clean it up and chop it up, but they didn't get it out of here. So it's like a lot of people started these jobs, but they just never finished them. And over here is kind of I don't want to say a problem area, but we got to spend some time because look, everyone, we got to weed whack all that. We got to take all the flowers out. And I know the families love this type of memorial around the loved one, but please, friends, just put the bricks. The weeds grow in these here, and it's plastic, so it ain't gonna last forever, and then it falls apart. And then here's another problem. So we got to clean all this up and pick it up. In this area over here, I got my brand new Havorsky chainsaw, so we got to do some chainsawing. I got like a sinkhole going on over here. We got to clean that up, all this trash. There's just a lot of little things to do. Like I got the big stuff, the fun stuff, the riding lawnmower. Here's another mess. Look at this horrible mess. Golly, that's going to take a while to clean up. Then we got to get these sticks, and we're just going to throw them over the fence. That property next door is abandoned. This whole area is abandoned. But I think the state of Florida, is the ones that actually own it. We're going to try to get in here today. I'm not worried about the big trees. Those aren't, we can't do nothing about that. All right, these flowers are here last time. See, look, this is recent. This is within the last 6 months. 6 months to a year. Somebody came out here and put flowers around Mom. They wanted to make Mom. I mean, I'm telling you, these people are probably angry at themselves that they put their loved ones out here. And it just, there was not ever... Friends, I still don't really understand what happened out here. Samford Cemetery. It's one of the oldest in Hillsborough County. This man over here is Alexander Samford. He was a minister, and he was murdered. He was killed by a pack of rabid, wild Indians, friends. I mean, this was their land, and he was down here trying to do the pioneer stuff. But we want to get some D2 on this, maybe some other day. I don't know. But he's buried right here. And when we found this place, I couldn't see it, friends. There was thickets overgrown, this whole thing. This whole area was nothing but thickets. But we got a little more trimming to do. I'm just walking the grounds, making sure there ain't no more animal heads out here, no more seances. I can't believe these people are out here doing that stuff. We buried the duck's head right over there, friends. I couldn't believe it. But here's a soldier. See, like, this is literally why we're out here. Oh. So we got to come back and unearth this man, because there's marble. They got marble around it. See the marble? So we got to come back and kind of dig these people up. Some thickets we cut the other day. And And friends, here's the big job. I gotta get these trimmed back. All these limbs here. This tree, I think it partially fell over. But this is nobody's trimmed this in 10, 15 years. There's plots back in there. I'm just walking the grounds, and it still looks pretty nice from the other day. Friends, when you come out here, don't drive in this area. You know, I kind of made the mistake. Now we got ruts, and it's the sugar sand. There could be graves under there. There's like 600 people out here buried, and nobody knows where they are. They're probably right there. Now there's a veteran back here. We gotta clean up. So I think I'm gonna start probably in this corner with the weed whacker. Look, everybody, I see an American flag way up in there. I see flowers. I mean, this is that's Tick City in there. But we're gonna come in here very, very carefully. We gotta remove this stuff. Then we'll weed whack it real good. Look, everybody, if we get this place to a baseline, the baseline is kind of like where Sefner and all these other cemeteries we've taken over. If we can get it to a good baseline, all the trees trimmed, all the crap removed, it's easy, friends. You just come out here on the riding lawnmower and a weed whacker, and you're done in a couple hours. Once a month, and then this place can remain with some dignity and some honor. Now this is the part that really gives me a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of children buried over here. A lot of children, probably 30 or 40, and there's just so much little stuff. Stuffed animals, little toys, and you don't want to hit it with a weed whacker. But we're gonna have to come in here, trim it back. Again, friends, I still don't understand what happened here. It breaks my heart. But, you know, these things happen in a country that's very selfish nowadays, and nobody really wants to do anything other than things for money or for their own personal pleasure and personal safety. So, look, friends, I hope your Saturday morning's going well. We're going to get to work. Now, this is crazy, everybody. I don't remember this being here last time. There's a big pile of leaves. I just don't remember that being here. But it could have been. Because I'm pretty certain I mowed this whole area. But maybe not. I'll have to go back and look at the video. That's just weird, friends. I mean, unless one of y'all came out here in the last week and started raking. But I don't see where it would have come from. This whole area was overgrown. We got it all weeded down for the Tedders. The Tedders is, I think, the family that owns the property. I think that's the family name. And here's another soldier. There's like 30 or 40 veterans out here. So we're just gonna have to get to work. And I got about till noon. I gotta go pick up the kids. But this whole area, friends, this whole area was nothing but overgrown. You couldn't even see this headstone right here. And I think something got, when we were out here, I think something got caught up and nicked the drive belt on the tractor, and I think that's where it exploded. And friends, we got to get in here and finish the job, because this whole area right here, looked like this. There's all sorts of stuff in here, little gnomes. Oh my goodness. What the hell is that thing? Friends, is that a well? Oh my gosh, friends, there's like a freaking well out here. There's a well. Isn't that right? Like some old-timey well? And then we got to put all this stuff back because it came from right here. You know, everybody, sometimes you can get really overwhelmed when you come out here. There's just so much stuff to do. You know, and I'm one man. And I do get fixated on things. But these things have got to get done, you know? I mean, wouldn't you like someone to clean your memory and your your grave up. At some point, everything's going to be consumed by the eternal fire when Jesus returns. I just don't even know where to begin, everybody. I just got so much more work to do out here. All right, well, I guess it don't do no good complaining. Well, friends, I'm out of the good weed whacker line. I got this cheaper one, the cheaper line, and it don't do as good as it don't do as good. All right, let's get to work. Work party, it's time to get to work. I wonder how many people are going to drive down. I put signs out everywhere, friends. You can't miss them. I mean, you cannot miss my signs. They're orange. They're fluorescent orange. And when you pass the sign and you look behind it, I actually shame your butt. It says community work party ahead. And then when you pass the sign and you pass the party, it says you just passed your community work party. Like you're in big trouble in big red letters in yellow. Oh my gosh, so much work. That's okay, friends. We're not here to complain. We're here to get the damn job done. All right, so I'm going to focus my efforts. We're going to go back over here and finish this little area. 10 pumps. Oh, let me bring a trash bag too. All right, let's roll. We're gonna go start over here. Well, so we can finish over here. Oh my Lord Jesus. Friend, somebody, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Look, I don't know who you are, but I'm so happy. I don't know if you saw one of my videos. I just don't know. Friend, somebody's been out here. Friends, this headstone was knocked over last time I was out here, and I was going to come back out at some point and put it back up. I don't know who you are, my friend, but I would love to shake your hand. Friends, somebody came out here, probably watched one of my videos, Or maybe God spoke to them, and they put up Mr. Sullivan, Mr. E.E. Buddy. Friends, that headstone was in the dirt. Look at that. You can see the impression. You know, when I start doubting what I'm doing here in this little project, friends, I don't do this for me. I don't do it for the views. I don't do it for the clicks or the likes. And here's another dead bird. This looks like an animal got a hold of it. Friends, that's why you gotta walk the property. You don't want to run something over like that. Friends, when I literally start doubting what I'm doing, I hear somebody rolling up right now. Friends, when I start doubting what I'm doing, like nobody gives a damn, and I'm just wasting my time, which I'm not. Come on in here. Don't be scared. It ain't a yard sale. It's a community work party. You're gonna do some work. Friends, when I start doubting myself, God leaves these little treasures. Friends, this thing was on the ground. One of y'all came out here and got the job done. I'm blown away, friends. I'm blown away. I'm just blown away, friends. I mean, when you have attention to detail like I do, you generally don't miss these things. Because I knew that. I was gonna come back and try to lift it myself. But friends, somebody came out here and did this. Friends, this is super heavy. That is so cool, everybody. I don't know who you are, and I'll never know. But whoever you are, thank you so much for doing that. That really, you just made my day. You just made it. I don't know who you are, my friend, but that is so cool. You came out here and did that. Now I need you to reach out because we got another one over at Bellevue we got good of, but it's 5 times the size of this one. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Friends, I told you there was a pile of leaves over there, and I don't remember being there last time, and it wasn't. So somebody's been out here working. It's probably somebody that has family out here, or maybe it's one of the neighbors. I don't know everybody. That's for God to know. I'm not supposed to know these things. Look, friends, I gotta clean up some of this trash. There is a little bit of trash out here. Friends. Is that not cool or is that not cool? Someone literally came out here and put that up over the last 7 days. It's been 7 days since I've been out here. This is trash, everybody. And the plastic deteriorates and it falls. This isn't trash, but this over here is a lot of trash. Oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, I weed whacked this the other day. I gotta finish it here. So we're gonna move some of these items so we can weed whack. There's a lot of. This person was very loved. They loved our country. A lot of God bless America stuff. Friends, I'm blown away. Somebody came out here and did that. My goodness. This one's gonna take some time. We gotta really take our time with that one there. Friends, you're always being watched. It don't matter what you're doing. If you're out in the bars, if you're out fornicating, if you're watching football on a Saturday and getting drunk, Somebody's always watching you. And if you do live streams like I do and you're out here doing this, somebody's going to watch it. And somebody might say, oh my gosh, that's Uncle Buddy. I forgot all about that. My friends, I could have been a tree, but most likely that was vandalism, you know, because that looks pretty easy. I could just put my foot on it and just knock it over. And believe it or not, people come out here and do these things. I can't explain it, friends. When I was younger, I never did the vandalism, but I did a lot of other stuff. I did a lot of drinking and driving. But I never vandalized, and I think that's just the worst. You should never do that. Now, if it's your own property, but don't do it to a grave. That is like the worst you could ever do. Desecrate someone's memory. Look, friends, we're just going to go ahead and get this one done. This one's going to be a huge mess. I just pray there ain't no fire ants in here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Good Lord Jesus, friends. Friends, it's a clay model someone made of a mom holding their little child, friends. Oh my God, I don't know if I can do this today, everybody. This is becoming too much, and I've only been out here for 30 minutes. All right, I don't see the fire ants. Maybe it'll come up in one big piece. I find if you grab it and lift straight up, you can kind of get through all the vines. Yeah, this thing's been here. This thing's been here 20 years. At least 10. Oh wow. Yeah, there's a Oh my gosh, friends, I gotta stop all my complaining. People are watching me on the YouTube complain, and then they come out here and they get the job done. My goodness. I guess it's effective, huh? So we're just gonna get all the plastic leaves. We're just gonna scoop them up as much as we can. There's not fire ants in here. This looks like a good place fire ants would want to hang out. I know they like to hang out over there because they almost got me the other day. Friends, when you're doing this line of work, I mean, you got to be careful. You could be literally sitting on a fire ant, and it will not work out good for you. So we got to do this because if we hit this with a weed whacker, then we got to pick it up 10 feet away in a circle. We don't want to do that. You know what's real sad about these type of graves? They don't have a headstone. Oh. Six-year-old child right here, everybody. Rita Elizabeth Rulerson. So now the mom holding the baby in the... Now this makes sense. I wonder how old this is. I mean, the child died in 1950, friends. I told you this is one of the oldest cemeteries. Friends, sometimes you got to block these things out or it'll start affecting you. And then you won't be able to get your work done because you'll just be out here bawling and crying. You know, this stuff's very sad, friends. This is very sad what we uncover out here. This is why we have to come out here and do this. I mean, I'm sure the mom's not even alive anymore. 1950, that would have been 70-something years ago. 76. Like a little birdhouse. But friends, it's falling apart. You got to be a real good judge of, little child's toy. We'll keep that. We'll put that back out there. We'll put this back out too. It's like somebody made it. Oh my gosh. I'm just overwhelmed, friends. I'm just thinking overwhelmed. I think this is why I like to do this alone. I mean, I love the work parties. They're fun for the fellowship. But this stuff can be very, very emotional, especially if you have children like I do, my wife. Now, what I'm doing right here, we got to do about 30 graves in the back. And it's going to take a little while. That's why I was hoping to get some of y'all out here. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Somebody came out here and put that headstone up. Is it just a coincidence, everybody? You think they just said, well, you know, I hadn't been out there in a while, I'm gonna go take a stroll? Or maybe they saw something that we were doing here. I don't know, everybody. Hold on, I gotta get that. Again, friends, if you want to come out here and help, park your car on the road. Just don't have your vehicle out here. I mean, my truck is about it because we don't want a bunch of ruts out here. It's sugar sand. And if I would have been aware of this a week ago, I probably would have just left it by the road as well. But I need to get to all my equipment. Wow, I'm so sad. You know, when you get out here and you start really having a little empathy for all these families and what they went through, you know, you start asking questions like, well, I wonder what happened, you know, a 6-year-old child. What, was it a drowning? Was it an accident? Was the child sick? Was there a birth? I mean, friends, you could just go all day long thinking about these things. But for me, it makes me, because I'm a master level mental health trained individual. Oh my goodness, friends. Don't ask me how I know what one of these are. But I know what one of these are, friends. I bet you this came off one of Mr. Bunting. Michael Bunting was the man that was responsible for this place. He was like the caretaker. I think the man was a veteran too. And just like me, the guy didn't charge any money. It was spiritual. Friends, when God gives you a cemetery, friends, it is spiritual. When you become the spiritual caretaker of a sacred ground like this, it's hard to describe. But friends, I believe that came off one of Mr. Bunting. He had a John Deere too. Friends, that's an idle pulley. Friends, don't dare ask me how I know, because I had to replace the idle pulleys on mine because something horrible happened. We're gonna hang on to that, friends. That's cool. That's an idle pulley. The belt goes on here up under the John Deere. Gosh, friends, today is just so full of treasures, dear Lord Jesus. But what I'm saying, everybody, when God bestows a cemetery or 2 or 3 or 10 on you, like me, because I got like 10 now, it's spiritual. Because not everybody's going to come out here and just volunteer their time, their money, their blood, sweat, and tears for free. Just a lot of folks aren't like that anymore. Oh my gosh, Mr. Bunting. Sir, if you're still alive, my friends, I don't think the man's alive anymore. That's the idle pulley off his tractor. We're going to hang on to that. We're going to go to the museum. You know, if my tractor, if I didn't have that incident with my tractor, I would have no idea what that little part was, and I would have just tossed it in the trash. Friends, that was the last caretaker. That was a piece of his legacy. That's cool. All right, friends, no more jibber jabbering. I mean, I got to get to work here. Okay. I was really dreading this one because I looked down and I said, my goodness, that's 30, 40 years of just mess we got to clean up. But first, there's a child down there. There's a body of a 6-year-old child. So we're going to do this. Because that child was loved tremendously by her mother and her family. She went off to be with Jesus. Friends, we like saying people are gone before their time. But who in the hell is it up to us to say what our time is? God's the one that's in control of everything, friends. So this child went to go be with Jesus right when Jesus wanted her to be with him. I know that's sad, friends. I know that's sad. And some of y'all might think that I'm being dark. But I'm not, friends. I read the Bible. I need to start reading it a little more. I've just been so busy, which is no excuse. But what I have read, and I've read quite a lot, it clearly states that God's in control of everything. So God was in control of when this child went off to be with Jesus. So the child died exactly when she was supposed to. I know if we're not spiritual, that's going to be hard for us to understand. But we're learning, friends, and I'm going to teach y'all as I learn. And when I make a mistake, little Lukey, one of my spiritual mentors, well, he'll put me back where I need to go. But I've been pretty spot on for quite a while now. But there's always more to learn, friends. It's God. God has a lot of mystery to him. So again, friends, you got to start asking yourself, what are you doing with your life? You know, it's Saturday. It's a beautiful day out here in Florida. It's a little overcast, but it's perfect. And believe it or not, a cold front's moving in. We might even get some rain later today. It feels really good out here, is what I'm telling y'all. And I just uncovered that there's been another work party or somebody's been out here working. Just tickles me to death, everyone. Just tickles me to death. Oh, that's another yappy dog. Told you what we do with them yappy dogs. All right, let's get back to work. can't go 20 seconds without my shades fogging up. Oh, just like in the military. All right, look, I gotta. Who's on here? Oh yeah, keep up the good work. Hey, I appreciate the nice comments. Cool. Cleaning graves. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we do. We're out at the Samford Cemetery. It's an old historic cemetery. We're out here in Riverview, Florida. That's where we're at today. Doing a work party, but you're looking at the work party. It's me, of course. We trimmed these the other day. Let's go take them over to the pile. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, unfortunately, the cemetery has been forgotten about for like at least 15 years. It's on a dead-end road right here. There's 1,000 people that live within 50 feet of this, right in these neighborhoods, but they're just not up to the task, everybody. They're probably still in bed. It's what, 9:30? It's not even 9:30. They probably had a real late night. But that's okay. That's why y'all got me. Gosh. You know, the one thing I hated the most in the military, especially being in the field, was getting sand down your back. Oh my gosh. Hold on, friends. I'm having a wardrobe malfunction. Oh, of course. Friends, look at that. I got one of them little stickers on my back. No wonder. Friends, like being in the field, you got your body armor on, your IBA or your whatever the other one was. And friends, you'd get a little sweaty and get some sand down your back right here. Oh, friends, those are the worst. I never got the prickly heat. I never really suffered from that. Prickly heat's when your pores open up because you're sweating so much and you don't let your back dry properly and clean it. And then the salt deposits get stuck in the pores and it's painful, very painful. I think I only had that once. The old prickly heat. All right, you know, we're doing good. It's just this weed whacker. I got the wrong line. I got I got the line that you're gonna mow your weed whack your grass with, not chop down trees. Hey, look, if y'all are logged on here, I need you to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out tremendously. I think we're at like 250 subscribers. And back in December, when I was going through the little storm with the devil, I had like 36 friends. I told you, Jesus is so generous. If I get 500 subscribers and y'all start watching more, I think I need 3,000 views, 3,000 hours of views. Friends, I can start making money just getting on here and being goofy and dressing down all those perverted people and the girly men that are over there. They're sleeping right now, friends. They're in there sleeping. They're probably going to call the police because I'm waking them up and they want to sleep in. But friends, throw me a donation. The Grizzly Army Ministries, we are a 501c3. And believe it or not, I'm starting to get a lot of attention now. Good attention, not like the bad kind. Not like what I'm used to. But I guess any attention is good attention, right? Somebody told me that once. Forgot my ladder because I was going to climb up and trim the rest of that with the new chainsaw. I'm really dreading that area over there. It's just, I'll probably go 2 minutes and then the weed whacker line will be all gone. But friends, somebody has come out here Let me think. When was the last time I was out here? Friends, these last 3 weeks are a blur. I've been going 100 miles an hour. Let me think. What's today? Today's Saturday. Last Saturday, okay. A week and a half ago, I was out here, and this place looked horrible. Oh my goodness. Just noticed something horrible. There's a headstone, like, I have to get that one lifted back up. Like a sinkhole. Friend, somebody came out here and has been doing a little bit of work. They lifted that headstone, unless it was supernatural, which I'm certain it was one of y'all that came out here and did that. That's so cool that somebody came out here. Friends, I have no idea if I had anything to do with it. Probably not. They were probably just like me. They're like, wow, you know, they probably came down here walking the dog and said, oh, that's unacceptable. Somebody kicked it over. So we trimmed all these the other day, and I forgot to fleece them up. So we need to go do that now. Hey friends, just think if we had like 10 people out here. If we had like 30, if we had 50 volunteers once or twice, friends, I'm going to be doing this every Saturday. It's just kind of my thing now. But if we had folks come out here on the weekends, we come out, we start doing these community, friends, these are community work parties. Friends, Watson Pemberton, U.S. Navy, 1926, 1987. I gotta go get my shovel. Come on, y'all come with me. First, let's get rid of these. Friends, I don't think the neighbor's gonna mind us throwing the bushes. These are little bushes. Oh yeah, there's a sheriff's office sign. They don't do that. Let's just go do it over there. They don't patrol out here. Friends, there's our morning jet fighters. You hear them? That's your tax dollars. We're at World War III, friends. I told you. But we can't do nothing about that. So all we can do is come out and get our cemeteries cleaned up before everything's destroyed by the nuclear fire. But we want to feel good when you go before Jesus. He says, my son, you knew the nuclear bombs were coming, and you were out in the cemeteries getting them all cleaned up for the fire. That's right, my Lord, I did. Told me. Friends, when you come out to these parties, even when it's nice and overcast, you must drink water. I have not been drinking like I should be. I'm not going to get it all done today, everybody. It's a project. It's a community project. But the more y'all log on, the more y'all start paying attention. Look, I know a lot of y'all don't probably live in the Tampa Bay area. I get it. It's YouTube. Friends, I have people log on from India. Tell me how much they love what I'm doing. I had a man from Scotland the other day. I couldn't believe it. But friends, you don't need any permission to come out here and do this stuff. In fact, you need the opposite. You just go out here and get it done. And then the second some nosy body gets onto you for being somewhere you don't belong, you say, well, whose job is it to keep this up? This is horrible. This is my community. And believe it or not, all these veterans' headstones, friends, they belong to the federal government. So that tells me that headstone belongs to you and I, if you're an American taxpayer. That headstone belongs to me. I paid for that one. I paid for that one. We paid for all these headstones. So if they're not out here getting the job done, then it's up to us to come out here and get the job done. And friends, you never know. You know, you do something like this, you might overturn a scandal or something. Because then people start asking questions why the local government ain't coming out here getting it done. Friends, we still don't know who owns this property. I believe the state of Florida is responsible for it. And I think this is an election year, is it not? I think that there's elections later in November. Friends, I hear a woodpecker around here somewhere. But it just feels so damn cool to be behind a noble cause. I mean, who can be against veterans? I mean, veterans are Democrats. Veterans are conservatives. Veterans are atheists. Veterans are worshipers of the Lord Jesus, like myself. Veterans are black, white, Hispanic, brown, yellow, whatever, friends. Gay, straight. I don't hate you because you're gay for the last time. Just keep that garbage in the bedroom, you know, and keep it between you and God. But when that line gets crossed and the children get the grooming and the perversions, then we got a real problem. I mean, we got a real problem. Friends, I can't tell you how many holes I've dug with this shovel right here for some of y'all demons. I'm just kidding, friends. I would never harm anybody. That's not my place. It's a part of the skit, friends, and it's part of the character. Friends, the Bible is very clear. Thou shalt not commit murder. So I would never harm y'all. But if I absolutely ever catch y'all in the act, oh, there's a piece of trash. Friends, those are jets taking off from MacDill. I don't know if y'all can hear them on the audio. MacDill Air Force Base is probably 8 to 10 miles from where I'm at. Probably closer because it's right across the water there. So here pretty soon we'll see what kind of jets are they. Let me think. What did they have the other day? They had the F-18 Hornets flying around. All right, friends, you see the soldier right over here? Here we go. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna unearth the soldier, the good Navy. The Navy, I don't know what the guy did. So you got the roots. I might need to go get my friends, I overslept this morning. My alarm didn't go off. I mean, it did, but the phone was on silent. So I got out here a little late. Oh wow, look, there's even a... Golly, there's more to this, friend. Look at this. I mean, come on, y'all. We gotta come out here and get this squared away. No veterans headstone left behind, friends. You know the rules. I don't know who this is, but we'll clean them up too. Oh my goodness, I can't stop sweating on my face, friends. The weather's tricky out here because it ain't hot, but I just can't stop sweating. I didn't even know this part was a part of it. That's cool. But my son loves to come out here and dig because he's like finding treasure, you know, like. He unearthed a child's headstone the other day over at the Samford cemetery. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, now we're just gonna give this a good chopping. So look, friends, if we do this right, oh my gosh. Jets are taking off. That's like at least 4, maybe 6. Maybe they're attacking Cuba now, friends. I think Trumpster's going to take Cuba over, from what I heard. It's just what we need to do. Friends, again, we don't do politics here. When you get to a spiritual level, none of that really matters. I mean, you got to know who to vote for. We still got to participate. Let me go get my broom. Golly. It's like something else. There's just so much to do out here. But friends, check it out. We're getting hold on here. Lowe's Home Improvement, friends. Friends, if you're shopping at Lowe's, pat yourself on the back. This one's a little better for the graves. Friends, Lowe's Home Improvement right there on East Brandon Boulevard. Well, I went down there and I wrote some nice in-kind letters. I mean, friends, come on, I'm master level trained. I know how to write papers. And I didn't use the AI or all that garbage. Friends, I went down there. I laid it all on the line to them. And I met a lady named Melissa. And they call her Mo. She's a really cool lady. Friends, Lowe's is going to sponsor the Grizzly Army. They are literally going to be purchasing or acquiring. They're donating 500 American flags. They're donating 500 American flags. And our task between now and Memorial Day is to get all those flags on graves just like Mr. Pemberton right here. Uh-oh, I don't want dirt all over that. So friends, the first thing we got to do is identify all the graves. And this man was like buried and forgotten about. I bet you that thing used to be level, but I don't have time to do all that today. We're just kind of unearthing it. Y'all can come out here and do that. I wouldn't mess with this, but this thing could probably be leveled up. Yeah, this is where you put the flowers. Oh my goodness, you know. And then when y'all come out, if we do another work party, I'll be at Samford. Oh, friends. We got this, no, not Samford. Bethlehem Cemetery, that's next Saturday. But friends, I had to apply for Social Security disability. Friends, I can't work. I don't trust none of y'all. Disabilities are mental. They're not physical. Not all of them. Some of them are. But I gotta go to a couple doctor's appointments next Saturday. So I gotta see if they can reschedule. That's cool. Mr. Pemberton, Navy. All right, friends, let's move on. Oh my goodness, come on. Good Lord Jesus, help me. Okay, friends, we're doing good. So we got Mr. Pemberton. He's been unearthed. Now we know where he's at. Okay. We got over here. Right here's where I had that fire ant. Huge fire ants. That's why I just threw all this stuff. Now we could clean that one. That one come up real clean. Good grief, friends! But these stinking these glasses just keep fogging it up. All the complaints. All right, check it out. Here's what we got to do now. Let me go get the clippers. Actually, it might be a good time to use my chainsaw. Hold on, everybody. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, check it out. I got the Havorsky. Oh, how the hell do you pronounce this? Husqvarna. Is that right? I don't know. It was more expensive than the Craftsman, and they don't come with a case. I don't know. You know, give me a break. All right, let's see here. Instructions. That goes up. 8, pull down. Okay, let's see. Got the brake on. Oh my goodness. Whoa! Gosh, I can't believe I got a little. Y'all stand over here. I don't want y'all to get all this grime in your face. Look, friends, you know the standards of the cemetery. You should be able to see from one end clear to the other, and this tree is obviously going to get trimmed up. Hold on now. Let me put my manly pink scarf on. Hang on a second. These glasses, I don't know. They haven't been fogging up. The whole time I've been doing this for a month, and now today they just want to just fog it all up. Hey, listen, my Ryobi would not just sit on the ground there and idle. That's why we had to get rid of it. Hold on, y'all. Always got to have all your protective gear on. Friends, I am thoroughly impressed with the Havorsky. How do I pronounce this thing? Havorsky. The Havorsky. I'm so. Friends, that chainsaw is the real deal. Look how nice that is now. Now we can see all the way through to this area. Friends, that's again the litmus test. Is anybody still watching? Friends, the litmus test to any cemetery maintenance is you have got to be able to look from one side of the cemetery all the way over to the other. And a week and a half ago, you couldn't see over there. It was all weeds. It looked like this. Friends, we got to get in here at some point. I don't know about today. I just don't have the time. I'm going to need a crew, friends. I mean, when we chop all this stuff down, then we got to haul it out. I mean, at a minimum, we'll just drag it in the corner over here so we can, you know, get some funds or get someone to donate their time to come out here and remove it. But friends, if I find out the state of Florida, or especially Hillsborough County, is in charge of the property, yeah, y'all are going to be hearing from us. All right, I'm just going to put all the brush right over here. We'll make a nice pile. That way the county can come out and scoop it all up with the claw crane. See, our task is to clean the cemetery, to get it to make it functional. The families want it. I'm just blown away how smooth that chainsaw is. I'm just blown away how smooth that chainsaw is. It was a fight with that girly man, right? A fight to the end, and it was. I left it on the side of the road. So it's somebody else's problem now. Right here's where I found all these fire ants the other day. Huge pile. Place is looking real nice, ain't it? All right, get the rest of this. Any second, I'm expecting one of y'all to roll in here for the work party. I mean, I'll put signs out everywhere. I'm not mad, friends. I'm not mad. These things take a while to gain traction. Hey, actually, believe it or not, friends, what did I just say? Friends, there's people walking in right now. Jesus, please, Lord, help me stop doubting you. I got some folks walking their little doggy. See if they're here for the work party. Friends, was that coincidence or You seeing this grave? You couldn't even see this the other day. It's a little child. And I'm a spiritual guy, you know, and I understand that the family came out here so much that they put a little picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He died in 1990. 80 to 90 was 10.
I'm 46. So this kid, he would have been out here helping. Man.
Right.
But it's just what I do. You know, I'm not a weirdo. I live with, you know, my wife's a nurse.
I've seen you around. I've seen your truck around. Yeah, but let's look at lifting stuff, man. Let me help you out.
Whatever y'all want to do, you know. I mean, I got to be out here by noon. I got to go pick my kids up. My mom's home.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just, somebody came out here with headstones.
My buddy Alan was out. Came out here and
that stuff is, I'm on almost a year.
right, yeah. I mean, grab that one, and then, I mean, this one's sitting all the way on the ground. We can cut it down here and then see how it acts.
I watched that video. The guy's name was Mr. Michael Bundy. He was a man kind of responsible. Oh my gosh, friends. Friends, I gotta stop complaining. Every time I complain, Jesus just gives me that public shaming. Friends, are y'all still there? Friends, that's Julian and his wife. They live right down the road. He's got a shop. Friends, the man's got an excavator. I don't know if you heard, but we're gonna open up this area here. Friends, Julian answered the call. He says he's seen my truck out here. Friends, I told you, you're always being watched. You're always being watched. And these people have been watching me clean up the cemetery. And they came down here and did a little work the other day, and somebody lifted the headstone. He's got an excavator, so we're gonna open up this little area in here. Friends, my head's spinning. I've been doing this all by myself for so long. And now people are actually showing up, friends. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you so much, Lord. Friends, this ain't nobody's fault, but it's all our faults. You know, we just get busy. We get life, you know, children, work. We go through the hustle bustle during the week, and then the weekends come, and they're not long enough, and we just want to relax and catch our breath, and then it's back to work. Friends, I got about 2 hours, so we're gonna get to work over here while I got this man, and he's got an excavator, everybody, so he's gonna help us. We're gonna be working in this area, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. He's gonna be back here in a minute. Wow, I can't believe my fortune. Friends, I'm blown away. I mean, I'm stinking blown away. I really didn't think anybody was going to come out here today. And then Julian, friends, you know the rules. He gets promoted to the sergeant major now. Friends, y'all see this? Look at that, friends. Stop destroying wildlife, yeah. All right, why don't you come out here and teach us how to do it? Stop destroying. There's always a goofball in the bunch. It's always one of you knuckleheads. You can't say something nice. Don't say nothing at all. Oh. Well, see, the problem is this wildlife has overgrown because you were not out here doing the wildlife conservation management. So we got to come out here and just trim it all up. Friends, that's my man, Mr. Julian. That's Sergeant Major Julian over there. Friends, the man answered the call. Him and his wife over here. Oh, how cool. Still a lot of work to do around here. But little by little. Little by little. I got water over here if you like some. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Now, that tree over there had not been wildlife conservation management for our goofball friend on here. It hadn't been maintained in over 10 years. And I'm sure you'll appreciate this. There's families buried under there. There's plenty of wildlife. Let me go show you some wildlife. We found some wildlife right over here. Where were you when this bird was eaten by another bird? There's wildlife for you. And pour a little out from my bird peeps. There's your stinking wildlife. Oh my gosh, friends! I cannot believe I literally have a work party. No. Friends, it's just this easy. You just got to get out here and get it done. And other people want to come. Now, they can't be out here all day, but the man's got an excavator. Look at him. He's picking up all. Friends, that was my my dilemma of doing that tree, was having to do that. But the man. Friends, I was literally complaining on the live stream, and then him and his beautiful wife literally just strolled right in the cemetery. I tell you, Jesus, I'm so sorry for complaining. Every time, friends, every time I start complaining, Jesus humbles my butt. Because I'm just not patient, friends. I'm not patient at all. All right. Gotta get back to work. Oh my gosh, friends, I cannot believe my fortunes. All right, friends, let's roll. Friends, it feels good to come out here and do this stuff. I mean, what else are you gonna do on your Saturday? Go drive around and spend money at yard sales? Friends, you don't need that junk unless it's a rake. Friends, if you find me, friends, I would love to get a steel chainsaw. Friends, that man's more of a man than I could ever be. I'm just pretending it, because I'm trying to get the real men out of retirement. Friends, that man's out of retirement. Wow, I tell you,
that takes a lot of back work, right?
I was gonna have to call somebody.
Yeah, dude, no problem.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah, half a day's worth of work right there.
Get someone to come on out here.
I have a dump trailer, dude. I have a dump trailer. I just, it's expensive.
We just gotta figure out where to dump it.
If some, well, dump it off of 41, but they're
Hey everybody, this is Julian right here. I do
guys.
social media.
Okay.
So he just got promoted to one of my sergeant majors. You got a sticker for you over there. So when folks come out here, it's kind of a gimmick, but it's not, The Grizzly Army is men. I'm sick and tired of our country, a bunch of girly guys, just
Right.
want to hang out and stay out late and not come out and do this stuff. I used to do this stuff with my dad when he was alive. On the weekends, we'd just go clean up cemeteries.
My dad lives right there. That's our shop. I moved my dad in there.
That's cool.
He can stay there.
Tell them what you do. So these people watch from all over the world. I probably got 500 people watching now.
How's it going, guys?
You do screen work, right?
Yeah, I do pool cages, screens, soffit fascia, seamless gutters.
In the Tampa Bay area, everybody. He's right here in Riverview.
The name of my company is Camo Crew Aluminum. We're rated 5 stars on Google.
Camo Crew. I told you the guy's already ready to be one of my sergeant majors. So
Yeah, we stay busy, man. We're small, family owned. Me and my wife, who's actually over there helping clean up.
Yeah,
Me and her
yeah.
own the company together.
That's awesome. You know,
we've been
small
in-
businesses, that's what we're all about.
Yeah, we've been in business for ourselves since 2014.
Oh, wow.
And then me and my wife merged together in 2017.
She was doing it somewhere else? Or?
Well, no, we merged together.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
we're a minority owned business.
That's kind of scary nowadays, you know, because my wife's a nurse at the Tampa VA. So we got that security, and she makes a lot of money there.
She works too. She's got a regular job too.
Oh, so
but she helps
even...
me with the company. We're business partners. She does dental assisting. So
how long? I've been waiting 3 years to get my teeth cleaned by this horrible.
Bro, my wife will, you know, her office is really great. Dude, I go in quarterly. So
I'm gonna have to. I get the exam, and I'm a class 1 dental, but my gum lines are receding. So the VA, they don't take care of the veterans.
I tell you exactly what my wife's gonna tell you. Floss, floss, floss.
I do it every day. Every day. You know I floss, friends. So look, the man answered the call. You know, he's been. Do you know who lifted the headstone over there?
I do not. I had a buddy of mine that was down here poking around yeah, he asked what it was, and I was like, oh, it's a cemetery. He's like, I'm gonna go down there and poke around. And he was just looking around at people's names and everything. He probably picked it up. He's like that.
I was gonna do it, but I just got busy with all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I got a huge one at the other cemetery I'm working at. Like, you see the one that's kind of crooked over there?
Yeah.
It's about that size.
I have a strap. If you want to try to reset it,
we gotta probably. It looks like a sinkhole or something.
I mean, we can look at it, but I do have straps.
I got a big thing.
We can strap it and reset it, and I have shovels and rakes. I brought some shovels and rakes. If you
whatever
guys
you want, whatever
do
your time. You know, I'm here till noon. I gotta go pick up the kids.
No problem. I'm here. I just wanted to help. Obviously, I want to be of assistance. But I mean, obviously, getting the big stuff. Let's pick that up.
That was the biggest job.
Yeah.
The other big job is gonna be a hard one in the back where all the babies are carried. And there's a lot
you
of
gotta be super careful.
A lot of boys and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't anything. I seen over on that side end of the tree there was something, but on this side there was nothing. But it's cleared. It's pretty cleared out now. If we get like I said, if we can get some people to pitch in and donate or whatever, I'll load everything up.
I got the 501c3. Everyone, give us some money.
I have a dump trailer. I have the mini excavator all loaded up. Just take it down there and pay to dump it. And I'm not, my services are absolutely free.
Donate to the Grizzly Army. Don't give your money to the horrible federal government.
Yeah.
I voted for Trump 3 times, and gas is almost $5 a gallon, and we're World War III. I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It don't matter who you vote for, but you come out in the cemeteries. This is where we can make the difference. All right, my friends, we gotta.
What do you want to do? You want to
finish
this area?
Put these up, or put them in that pile over there. Oh. I've been doing the social media for a couple of years. Ever since I lost my house with
Yeah, I know about it.
I mean,
I'm not a fan.
I don't mind if someone gets an upper hand, whenever other people.
Well, you earn it.
Hard work. $80,000 a year. It was a really, really fun job. I did all the special events at the campus, Veterans Day, Memorial Day. But during that last administration, they were really coming after the white guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
And if you're a straight white guy, a Christian, you didn't stand a chance. So they made up all these charges on me. They were trying to get me just to quit. And then I finally had a mental health and be like, check on our friend over here. Oh. Yeah, you found the hard ones over there. Let me get you a trash bag. Yeah, she's taking on the one I was afraid to. All right, friends, it's coming together. We just got a lot of these trees. These trees have not been up in 15 years or so. So I got my live stream rolling on YouTube, but I won't get you on if you don't want to be on it. Some people don't like being on the camera.
Oh.
But your name again?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. I told you I'm horrible with the names. I'll never forget this lady's face. Her and her husband answered the call. They live right down the road. And y'all own a screen company, right?
Yeah.
Camo
Crew Aluminum.
I mean, they're perfect. Y'all both got promoted today, by the way. You're a sergeant major in my army.
Oh, nice.
So when somebody comes out, they get promoted. Not like the regular military, we got to go through 20 years to be a sergeant major. There's just not a lot of people that like to come out and do this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Breaks my heart, you know?
We've lived here around this neighborhood for a while now.
A lot of people don't even know this is down here.
No, and a lot of people, especially the people that moved into these neighborhoods, they have no clue.
They have no clue. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know what's crazy? 50 years ago, 20 years ago, when this was all just pastures, more people came out here and took care of this, and there was less people in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got 5,000 people living within a mile,
Yep.
and ain't nobody come out.
Consuming.
Oh, but it's okay though, you know.
So the flowers, I was like skeptical about the flowers.
So what I do is, if they start looking like that, they got to go in the trash.
One? Yeah.
Yeah, that one definitely. Because what happens is, like over there, they start falling apart.
Right,
Then
right.
the mower hits it. Then you got a huge. So you can use that. I put the trash in there.
It's pretty amazing. Like there's hurricanes blowing by and like.
Somebody trimmed this tree up recently, and they left the brooms over there. They left the broom on that lady's headstone, and I thought maybe she was a janitor or something.
Nico!
He was over there.
Nico!
He's been wanting to leave.
Nico, come here. Come on.
So I bet y'all get a lot of business for the hurricanes go through.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We were so lucky. That last one was
Come on.
lucky.
Nico!
Lots of trees down in our neighborhood, and some houses had the tree land on them.
Come on, big boy.
If you want to, anything that we want to do heavy
You
lifting,
tell me,
like,
man. Your time.
dude, it doesn't matter to me, but like I feel like we got a big piece here.
Yeah, if you want.
We got the pile there. Do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to start moving? What about that one over there?
If you.
I don't want to. Yes, sir. Okay.
I think that would make it look pretty good. All the big stuff.
What if we
would be out
move
of the
this
way.
crap to the front?
We can. That's no problem. I can pick it up. No problem. It's
like-
gonna take me a couple of runs to do it.
Yeah.
I can run it from here to there.
Yeah, just like because I did all that the other day. I think if we put it there, if I can get the county to come out with a big claw,
Yeah.
they can back the truck up. Just that way they're not in the cemetery.
Right,
Yeah. I mean,
that's
whatever
true.
you. Yeah, that's fine.
Because I was in the sugar sand and I rutted it up. I feel horrible about it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could I could trim this one here too if we since we're here.
Yeah. If I move some of these, I think the best
Yeah,
thing
let's
to do.
move these and then you can.
And
you
I'll
can
grab a
hold
hold. Yeah, okay, I'll grab a hold of it so it doesn't fall there. Let you cut it. I'll take the pressure off of it, and then we can trim all that back. Get some weight. But let me grab the excavator, and I'll move this first. So we got a nice clear area. And we'll take these spots and run it back up there. And then I can reach over. This grave and grab this big one here. That's no problem. But we just got to find a clear path.
it. Yeah, this area.
This area is kind of scattered. I was just looking.
If I come this
Very
way,
scattered.
if I come this way. Grab the excavator. Get this, I'll release this up and put it over there. And then whenever we figure out what we're gonna do with that, if anything, if they can get the people to donate, I have a dump trailer and everything. And we can load that up with my excavator, put it in the dump trailer, and then run it down.
Yeah, I don't want none of us have to pay money because this is
Right.
The county needs
But
help.
if you got somebody that's gonna
Yeah,
donate, we'll
yeah,
donate
absolutely.
the time and everything else.
Yeah, we can have another work party.
And I got a 4x4 F250. I can back it in here and then boom, boom, grab that.
We'll load it up.
You know, maybe some of the smaller stuff.
That sounds good, my friend.
All right, let me get this done for you, bud.
All right. How's it going there?
Hi,
Hey,
good.
thanks
I'm
for answering the
Angela.
call. I'm Ron. Nice
Nice
to
to
meet you.
meet you.
I got the ministry. I go around. I'm a crazy man. I go around.
Well, that's awesome.
Somebody.
Yeah, I've been here.
I was here a week and a half ago, and I started crying, and I just started getting to work. I found it on Google. I do a lot of cemeteries.
Yeah.
I'm a veteran. My wife's a veteran. Her brother was killed in Iraq, and my thing is, I'm going to clean every veteran's headstone in Hillsborough County. I found this place. There's about 40 veterans out here.
I've always wanted to do the headstones, but I didn't know if there's rules and chemicals.
Well, I'll
and
tell you,
stuff
it's real
gotta
easy.
use.
I have the chemicals.
Okay.
If you want to start working on that, or
Yes.
whatever you want to do,
Yes.
I'll be here till about noon or 1.
Okay.
The stuff is called D2 biological agent. It's what the government uses on Arlington.
Okay.
And I'll just, so I do a live stream too. So if you don't want to be on it, just let me know.
Come on. I do TikTok.
Oh, well, then I need you to do some plugs for us. So ministry, we're a 501c3 Grizzly Army because we're out here in cemeteries doing grizzly stuff. But we're 501c3 tax exempt, and
Okay.
we just like to get out in the community. Get the community involved.
Right.
I'll show you.
Angela. What?
This has water in it.
Okay.
I'll just kind of show you what I do. We'll go to this better.
Let me grab this for you. I just don't want. I'll be behind scenes.
There is a little bit of wrong with the headstones. You never want to use bleach. You don't want to use any kind of metal that can scrape the stones up,
Okay.
But this is, I believe this is white marble. So what you want to do is, this thing's full of water. And I carry this on my back when I go to the cemeteries.
Okay.
And I, of course, upgraded it with the army straps. You can just kind of pump it up to get the pressure. You got to soak the whole stone down. My children love it.
Yes. Let me make sure I get
Because
this.
it's very satisfying. You don't want to use anything that has citrus and chemicals. This is like I can kind of hose it down.
Thank you for your service.
Well, I love being in the military, but I don't particularly like our government anymore, It just don't matter who we vote for, it's always the same nonsense. We're paying $5 a gallon of gas and we're in another war, right? So I can kind of do this stuff. This is going to get like a fuel line.
Okay.
The algae gets into this is very porous stone, so if you get into the pores, then it literally brings the algae out, and it'll turn to like a rust color.
Okay.
It's actually really cool. Are you military too, or
No.
military grad?
No. No.
fake tough guy back then, right? I looked real cool on the Harley. But now I look really cool doing the Lord's work out here.
100%.
So one of my specialties is I shame people on Facebook. You know, like they're just rolling out of bed right now. They're like, I'm even out here playing a cemetery. I have to thank the Lord.
Come on, people. Earth first.
Yeah. Probably like
Oh, yeah. I'm going at 74.
everybody's early in the early, right? So I do I'm struggling with this. I'm losing out.
Oh, wow.
Now when we put this on it, just a couple pumps.
Now I have to start following you on TikTok. I'm
Yeah,
doing Harley for all the time.
I do a lot of YouTube. I probably got 500 people watching now.
You're on YouTube now?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube. I do Facebook. It's Sergeant Major Grizzle Grits. My character's name Joseph Palmer Grizzle Grits. It's just a silly character. So now you take this. Wherever you go, just make sure you're not in the camera. I'm seeing about 3 or 4.
It's like,
And then I use the little button. Just to push it to V2. One against all in the ring. What my job is to get this place to a good baseline.
Yeah.
Then the neighbors can come in and help out here and there.
awesome. Thank you.
That's what I'm doing the one in Dover this week too.
Okay, I first did it, so I was matching up.
So if that's what it is, I'm working right now. And they look just like this one. There's 140 babies. I got with my ministry, I got this operation called Operation No Better Headstone Left Behind. And my task, and this is crazy, I want to clean every headstone, every veteran's headstone in Hillsborough County. It might take me a couple of years.
Crazy, I think that's awesome.
Because these people at one point, they probably had a 21 gun salute out here. There was honor, and there was people that cared. Just the man that used to mow this, I think he passed away. There was a guy that used to take care of this. But he was like in the 70s.
Yeah, I have
Now just let that sit for about 10 minutes. We all cut stuff. But any of them,
okay.
whatever you want to do. I mean, this is our
No, this is, I've always, I want to do this.
I know, I used to watch them do it, like, how cool was that? And then I'm doing them, and now people, I got my kids out last Saturday, we did something.
Okay.
There's another organization called Brave and Roots, and we kind of, we're like our buddies now. Kind of
Now you got Yeah.
If we were to do the D2 on that, then in a month, they would look like this one. I'm trying to get attention out here. I want the Historical Society to come out. I would like to do a rededication at some point. This is our history. You know about the Native American stuff. Here, let's go here while we're waiting on them. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do this? Let me go get you a bucket. I forgot to get you a bucket.
Yeah, I can
Here, go grab. Let's grab a bucket. So I did the pink bucket.
minister, and I had to look all this up on the internet
Okay.
because I was trying to figure out what happened out here. How did this place turn out the way it did? Here, let's go over here. If you want to do your TikTok, this would be a really cool TikTok video for you. All right, everybody, check it out. We got another sergeant major just showed up. So when people come out here and work, you get promoted.
Okay.
So this man right here, his name was Alexander Samford. Oh, okay, just careful with this stuff.
Yes.
When I found this place, I couldn't even see this. I couldn't see salt. This
Oh yes, I didn't even know this was that far back.
Yeah, that tractor it ain't made for this, but I made it work. So this man was buried here, and he was, I think, early 1800s, 1891. But the cemetery was named after him because he was a settler down here in
Let me get this.
South Hillsborough County. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So are we ready?
Yep, ready.
What's going on, everybody? It's Sergeant Major Grizzlebrits. We're at another community work party. And I got my newly promoted Sergeant Major out here just getting the job done. Who we got here is Mr. Alexander Samford. That's what the cemetery is named after, the Samford Cemetery. This is 1.6 acres of pain and sorrow. A lot of families, a lot of children, and over 40 veterans are buried out here. But Mr. Samford right here, he was a minister back in the 1800s, 1830 to 1891. He was one of the original settlers in South Hillsborough County. He did a settlement just south of the Alafaya River. And this cemetery was originally called the Peru Cemetery. And when we did our Google research, believe it or not, there's a Russian princess buried out here somewhere.
Really?
But he was killed by a pack of savage wild Indians. But we were taking their land, so I don't really quite blame the Indians, But he was down here doing the settling. He was one of the founders of Riverview. It had a different name back then. He was buried here, and this obelisk was put here in his honor. So what we're going to do today, what was your name again, ma'am?
Angela.
Sergeant Major Angela is going to clean this headstone. And this thing is going to be white in a day or two once we get it done. So the first thing we do, we got the water here. We're going to soak it down. You got to get the stone nice and wet. Oh, I need a little more pressure. I just picked up Lowe's Home Improvement off Brandon. They're our sponsor for our ministry now.
Oh.
They're going to donate 500 flags. We can put flags on all the veterans' graves. So I'm going to need y'all's help when we
Yes,
do that.
absolutely.
And that actually might be next weekend.
Okay.
We'll
I
come
would
out here
definitely
because
be
we
here.
got a whole bunch out here to do. So this looks like to be some kind of white granite. And if you want to get in here close, there's this stuff called lichen. This moss that grows on it.
Yeah. I got it.
You want to wet it all down. Now this one's going to take a little work. Let me go grab the scraper. I just love the architecture of these old here.
I do too. Thank you.
So you got the lichen, you use a plastic, don't ever use the metal. You can just scrape it right off. Now careful, it's a little wobbly. So this right here is the founder of the cemetery. Pretty cool, huh?
That is.
There's a lot of the moss on the back. So we're gonna just do a scrape. This is plastic. Again, you don't want to use the metal. The metal will actually scrape and hurt the stone.
Okay. So you don't need to get a certain permit or anything to go by and just
The
clean them?
D2 is what is recommended.
The big thing,
And it's,
okay.
we buy the D2 by the 5 gallons. And you can get it on Amazon. It's kind of hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
We found a distributor that sells it, and it's $200 for a 5 gallon. But it works really good. So this thing is like a rust color, and when we're done, and in a couple days, it'll be
It should look white like down here, like it did the day that it was put in.
Okay, I'll have to definitely come back and do another video.
So we've been doing the headstones for about a month now. We did a bunch of Confederate soldiers, you know, because a lot of their headstones get forgotten about. And it's addictive, you know, because once you get it going, you just want to, it's real satisfying to get these things cleaned up. So we use granite gold to start the process. This is food grade safe. And believe it or not, their website says it's safe for the headstones. Don't ever use bleach. Bleach can crack the stones. The bleach can damage the stone. You just got to use either the granite gold and the D2. Soapy water works, but this is going to help clean it. So let's just spray some on here. And this is food grade safe. This is what you clean your countertops with. Get you a nice brush, you know, something you're going to clean your bathroom with. Look at it, it's already coming quite clean. You got little kids, bring them out here. My children had the time of their life last Saturday.
My youngest is 21.
Bring him out here.
Oh, he works pretty much every day at the port. Yeah, but when he gets off, he definitely would help me.
I asked my children, I said, you do such a good job cleaning this, how come you can't do your room that way? And they said, Daddy, we can't use D2 in our room. Which is true. As you can see, it's turning like a rust color, because that's the mold or algae or whatever it is. I haven't really quite figured it out. You're going to give it a good scrubbing. Get some of the algae that's still on it off. Now, this man died in 1891. How old is this? 130.
But I graduated. 134?
134 years old.
Is that about right?
So just imagine what this area was like when this man was put in the ground here. There was no Super Walmart. There was no TikTok. And he was killed by the Seminole Indians that were in this area because they were trying to. This was the wilderness out here.
Right.
Probably a lot of bugs, no AC.
34, 35.
Very rugged. Okay. So now check it out. Let's see how good we did with the granite gold. So when I watch all those other videos on TikTok, and I don't see anybody using one of these.
No?
They use buckets of water.
I see people, oh, it's not that one exactly, but it's like a tall cylinder.
I have a bunch of those.
Yeah, that's
But
what
this
I've
one,
seen.
typically I'll put this on my back, like I'm in the army. Like, I got a rucksack. And of course I upgraded it. All right, the big reveal. So we're getting there. The D2 will really get it clean.
Yeah.
But look how much cleaner it got just by that little scrub. Now we're gonna wet it real good, real good. And this is the D2. Now this may not turn it white today. It might take a week or two.
Okay.
Again, this one's an old one.
I'm going to start researching all this later on.
Yeah, D2 biological agent.
Okay.
They have some other stuff that's comparable and similar, but this is like what everybody uses.
I think that's what everybody else is.
Yeah. Because it's safe, it ain't gonna hurt the stone. Then I use one of these little brushes. This helps get pushes it into all the pores. See, I can already see the artwork starting to come out of it. We couldn't see it a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
And the D2 will continue to work over time as it gets into the pores and it continues to kill the algae. That's what this is. It's like mold and algae. I'll let it sit for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back, or we can do the other side.
I can go ahead and get started if you have something else.
Yeah, if you want to get working on this, keep your live stream going. The more people we get interested in this, the more people come out, and then we get our community back.
Right.
Another piece of moss or something there. Yeah, this man was a minister out here, just trying to get the settlement going.
I've been out here for about 2 years, and I'm looking for a church out this way.
Out here?
Mm-hmm.
We go to Bell Shoals Baptist. It's over there in Brandon.
Oh, well, that's not far.
It's it's a contemporary church. The
Is it-
preacher wears jeans, but I read the Bible often. So
Yes,
he's
so
right
do
on
I.
cue. He don't pull no punches,
Yeah, I really got back into it in December. I was raised Roman Catholic,
Oh,
and then when I got
sorry.
married, I went over to Methodist, and now I'm just trying to find a good church that I like. And,
What I found, I've been on a spiritual journey for some time.
Mhm.
Jesus literally removed my alcohol addiction overnight.
I,
3.5 years ago, I used to work for the Bay Pines VA. I was put through a hostile work environment for being a white Christian guy in the last administration. Remember Joe Biden?
oh yeah,
The auto pen, the Obamas. Well, they don't look kindly on people like me because I'm the guy that's going to ask the questions,
right.
I was an assistant chief of voluntary service. I made $80,000 a year as a GS-11 over there at Bay Pines. And I had volunteers showing pornography to my summer students.
What?
And I reported them, and I got in trouble. I was told it wasn't my business.
Really?
Because a lot of these folks that run the VA, they're not like us. They're not just like the Southern folks. They come from up north. They like that LGBT, perversions, children. And it cost me my career because I asked a lot of questions. But I hired a lawyer and I sued him, and I have 9 charges still pending. It's at the judge.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the big payday, like $300,000.
Yeah,
Hostile work environment.
absolutely.
But I begged Jesus to remove my alcohol addiction, literally right before this started.
Mhm.
This is 2023.
Really?
And I've been on a spiritual journey ever since. And it led me to my ministry. That's the graphics on the truck, the Grizzly Army. We're a 501c3. So look, if y'all want to donate $1 or $2, this is what we're doing. I'm not like the Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to go buy a bunch of mansions with all the money that y'all not help one person.
Yes.
But I'm the guy that just paid attention to a lot of things. I ask a lot of questions, and people in the government don't like people like that because they do a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse. Do you have veterans in your family?
My uncles, but they passed.
So Congress in 2022 passed a law called the PACT Act. It was the PACT PACT Act, and it was supposed to make veterans more eligible for being around open burn pits and having respiratory issues. Agent Orange, a lot of guys and gals in Vietnam got cancer because of the Agent Orange that they sprayed to kill the foliage.
Yes.
But they were real strict on the rules of who qualified.
Right.
But anyways, the PACT Act was passed by Congress to make it easier for veterans to get access. And what we found out, Bay Pines, along with other hospitals, they took that money and instead of hiring more staff, they provided bonuses for themselves. They got caught.
Right.
They said, look, if you work a little harder, here's a $2,000 bonus. So they were caught by Congress, and this is as my lawsuit was going on, and they had to pay the money back. I got 2 directors fired out of the VA because of my lawsuit.
Yeah.
It's just been a nightmare,
I used to drive taxi. I'm originally from Ohio, so I would drive like the medical taxis, and I was either doing dialysis or driving vets to the VA. And the stories I've heard,
horrible.
and
They hate us.
yes,
I refuse to get care
unbelievable.
there. I'm 100% service connected too, and I kind of got to deal with the VA. But I've been waiting 3 years to get my teeth cleaned. I go to the community care, they do a dental, and they're like, well, if they ever send a consult, we'll clean your teeth.
Right.
And then you call, you're on hold. I was doing a live stream on Monday, and I was showing everyone, I'm not just making this up, I was on the live stream for almost an hour and a half on hold, and then I just hung it up. So we can't control those things, but we can control coming out here and getting these things done.
Absolutely. Well, I'm
And this
glad to help.
for me, this helps PTSD. It gives us a purpose and meaning, and it helps us plug back into our community, This cemetery here used to be well maintained, but then the man passed away, and then the homes were built, and then everybody forgot, It happens. I mean, it's no one's fault, but I guess it's all our faults. But we're out here getting it right.
Well, I'm glad I met you.
And I'm going to be out here once a month just doing the mow job.
Right.
you know, until somebody else wants to take it over. But if we come out here once a month as a community, it'll never look like this again. Then we teach our children to come out here, and then they teach their children, and then we don't let the corporations just keep building all these homes. I mean, where the hell are these people from? They're not from around here.
I've done surveying in Florida, and there's a lot of graves that are covered up here in Florida.
I just we were talking yesterday. There's a whole bunch out in Tampa where they a black cemetery. They just built over them.
Yep.
And then they got caught, and then it's disgraceful. It's humans, you know. All right, I'm gonna get back to work.
Okay.
Give this a few more minutes. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's already starting to turn to white.
Absolutely.
Look at that. See the rust?
Yeah. Should I go back to this one and rinse that off?
Rinse what off?
The one that needed 15
Oh yeah.
minutes?
Let's go over there right now.
No, I can do it for you.
Yeah, you
if
do it.
want.
That
Yeah.
thing's heavy, but I know you can handle it.
Oh yeah, I can.
The lady's got Brad on her shirt. All right, Sergeant Major, you know the task now.
Okay.
So
sounds
put your
good.
camera over here and just sometimes I'll just like sit it right here.
Sit down there. Okay.
That way they can see you. Get a tripod if you want to come out here.
Yes.
People love watching this stuff because
Oh,
a lot
I
of
know.
people can't come out here and do it.
Right.
But what I tell people is, if you have a cemetery near you, you just get out there and get the damn job done. Who's going to tell you no?
Right.
When they say, "What are you doing here?" You're going to say, "Well, there's a veteran buried over there, and as a taxpayer, I own those headstones because those are actually property of the government." And then you say, "How come you didn't get the damn job done?" And then they just leave you alone and let you get the job done.
There you go.
All right, Sergeant
Awesome.
Major. We'll see you in a minute. All right, what do you want to do now?
I got most of the
Wow, that's
super sand. As soon as you pick one of the logs up, it makes a giant pile. It's up to you. If you want, we can put a pressure on this. I can grab a hold of it, have you cut it there. You can cut it all the way back up to here, and it'll be fine. Pull quite a bit of.
Let me go grab that chainsaw. I mean, might as well do it now. It'll be 4 years.
Right. Yeah, I don't mind, man. It won't take us a couple minutes.
All right, cool.
Yeah, when they're up this the white stone, that's a U.S. Marine private first class. All of the veterans are the same headstone.
Because once this stuff sprayed on this stuff, it still works as time goes by. So like that will the light still like it doesn't work. So that's the now.
What they call it? Founder of that's in this spot. Yeah. There's a lot of people here. They're literally I found some things with Buzbee. There's a lot of kids in here actually. They're all right there. Buzbee. And they just the old one in 1863. Yeah, and it died like 1930 or 40. Yeah, the cemetery's been around for probably that time. Yeah. At least 30.
All right, everybody, how y'all doing there? All right, friends, we're gonna get this limb. We're gonna get these limbs out of here. Very, very, very carefully. We don't want to mess anything up.
Hey, girl, we're gonna cut this branch right here. So if you guys want to back up a little bit, let me grab a hold of it.
Mr. Alexander. So yeah, sometimes it might take a week or two for it to really move.
Okay.
This one might be one of those. But it's okay, man. Feel the blood coming off. But the stuff will work over time. And I did one of these at Cedar Grove out in Lithia, and it was completely black. I came back in a month, and it was like what in the world happened? Yeah, you give this a week.
Watch the progress.
So glad for y'all. I didn't think anybody was going to come down here today.
I don't feel like find it.
You saw it on Facebook?
Yes, she did.
Oh,
She told me because we was at the house.
yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, I do Facebook. I do really all the social media.
Yes, so I mainly use TikTok. You can live.
Well, originally, when I used to protest my own work, what they did, I went out there dressed up as a combat soldier.
Really?
I put the fear of God in these people. I had my body armor. I mean, before I was doing this, I was like the crazy veteran out there hooting and hollering.
Right.
But I was not crazy. I just had a method to my madness. They were going to toss my lawsuit out. But then they saw how crazy I was, and they said, "Oh no, we don't want to mess with this guy."
Right.
So yeah, the day I went out there and protested, the first director resigned because he was about retirement age. He didn't want to deal with. He didn't have to deal with me. It's just so evil how they treat the veterans, and they've gotten away all these times. They just get away with it. Oh yeah, they're all true. I trimmed these up before y'all were walking out here. These look good.
Yeah, I can do it.
What? Chainsaw.
Oh, Husqvarna.
I'll try to get a steel, but those my corporate sponsors. I write these in-kind donation letters. They want their employees. So I'm gonna have a bunch of employees come out.
Yeah. Right. Probably right there. No.
That's my dad's girl. I do all that.
I wasn't the kind of guy that
mean, the public shaming works. It works really good. All right. You know, the whole goal is to get more folks like us.
Right.
And once we get this kind of safe, then we get our kids out. I might not like her. Y'all come across trash. No, thank y'all. Yeah, I'll be over in Dover next Saturday. I got another one. 140 veterans out there. Right, so I got loaded and grabbed all the wires. Destroyed those. I could have waited a month to try to do this. Wire guards, don't be hardware. I hardwired it in with some wire nuts and wired it in. I was able to bypass the backup sequence. So my mother-in-law, she's a Gold Star David Silver.
Yeah.
She's Riverview right now. Yeah, it's okay. She's a part of the ministry. She got to have 3 board meetings for the 501c3. She's a Gold Star. She's got these cool little yappy.
I like that, dude.
Got
Yeah,
spray.
me too.
Yeah. No, her dogs hate me. They bark. I got a spray bottle. I'll just sit there and just spray.
Yeah, don't bite me. Yeah, stay away.
They used to try to come up and bite me.
No, you keep your-
I love the dogs. We had some chickens, but
I think they eat those,
There might be one by our house. Right over here.
That's by our house.
we had some chickens, but I left them too close the other night. A raccoon got them. Check it out, friends. We're at the work party, and I got soldiers out here. I got sergeant majors out here. Friends, you come out to the work party, you get promoted immediately. And look, friends, we got tractors now. I got a man that has a tractor, friends. I can't believe my fortunes. I was complaining earlier, and then literally the man with the tractor and his family just come rolling right down the road, friends. All right, we're gonna weed whack this area in here.
Oh, right, friends. All right, let's see who's on here still.
You want this bucket?
I chose pink for girly man awareness, you know, and the other groups I work with, so we don't get our buckets all mixed up. All right, friends, I appreciate you hanging out. This is the work party. We're getting the job done. But we're about to be done. Hold on real quick. Let's see. Hold on real quick, everybody. All right, friends, hold on. I'm trying to share the live stream. Hold on, we'll be right back. Maybe. Oh my goodness. Damn phones. Good Lord Jesus, help me. All right, friends, I had to let my Lowe's crew lady, Miss Jessica. I just had to send the text. I should have done it earlier. All right, friends, we gotta get back to work. I got like another hour, less than an hour. We gotta get going. Trying to find my weed whacker. I think it's by the truck. Yeah, there it is. Let's check it out, everybody. We're at Samford Cemetery. It's one of the oldest cemeteries in Hillsborough County. I got my sergeant majors out here getting the job done, everyone. We've got the headstones getting all cleaned up. Let's go see what's going on over here. How old are these headstones? These look old. Oh my goodness. Look at those photos.
I didn't know like spraying those.
I think they're gonna be fine. The D2 and the granite's pretty forgiving on things like that.
There are no teeth, so.
Oh my gosh. You want to do the big reveal?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Are you sure? Hold on.
Yeah,
You've been doing all the work.
No,
Where's your TikTok at?
I like watching it anyway.
All right, friends. We got some folks out here getting the job done. Can y'all see? Hold on, this camera. Uh-oh, hold on here. Something happened. All right, here we go, friends. Hey, here's the big reveal. So we got a old headstone. The cemetery was early 1800.
That's Nico.
Is that your dog?
No, that's their dog.
Oh, I thought like a hawk or something had gotten the dog. I would have felt horrible. So, friends, volunteers have been scrubbing and cleaning, and we've been using the granite gold. So Lowe's Home Depot is my sponsor. So I just sent the live stream to the nice lady, Miss Jessica, because I need her to.
Yeah,
I need some granite gold donations, Miss Jessica. So look, we've been scrubbing it, cleaning it, and I think this it's gonna be a real nice color.
I think so also.
Or at least a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then the D2 will continue to work over the course of the next couple weeks and months. But this thing looked pretty nasty when we first looked at it.
I took some before pictures.
Oh yeah. I'm real bad about doing that. I just get to work, and then I'm like, oh, no one's gonna believe me that it was dirty.
I was gonna record, but I'm only at 12%, so.
Yeah, I have to bring the batteries out here, the charger batteries.
Different.
Weird stuff. The D2 works really well. Yeah.
Oh.
That's a man, right? And that's
Yes,
his wife?
and that's the one.
So you'll come out here in a week, and this thing will look cleaner than it does now. That's how the D2 works. See how it's turning the rust color?
Yes.
It's so cool, ain't it?
See, my kids are all young and they love coming out here and doing this.
That's good.
So when we clean these now, they'll be good for like 20 years.
Right.
Because the D2, it gets into the pores and it continues to work.
Red palms over there. I think those are the ginger root trees.
Oh, really?
See them?
Yeah, right past
Julian?
on that private.
Yeah, no, they sprayed those red.
What?
That's spray
I
paint.
thought I
I
saw.
thought
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They spray painted them probably to pull them out.
Cool.
What's in here? Just water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already did that one. That needs rest. That thing is heavy.
Ooh, we got a Samford right under
Ooh.
my fingernail. Oh yeah, look at that.
We're gonna go home soon.
So if we start getting some more folks come out to these little work parties, I got a bunch of the littler ones, 2 gallon. Oh, this is nasty. So they say you spray the D2 on, you rub it in, and that's it. Because it eats.
Right.
You got it right. That's 1990s Army rucksack straps. I had to go to the Army surplus.
Where is this at? Going in the back end of this. Where street is that?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look on my map. I think you want to hit it with a little water.
Is that the back corner of
the wetter the better these days.
Brandwood?
I think so. The back side of that. That's
Yeah,
like
the back
10
side.
lakes.
Yeah. The opposite side of the lake.
We were doing this at Samford Cemetery last week. So y'all saw the flyer on Facebook?
I saw it on a event page.
Oh, cool. So it's actually getting out there. So I'm going to be in the Brandon Parade too.
Nice.
When is that?
Quit being a crybaby.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
You know, we're a brand new 501 charity, so we're just trying to. This is our starting point. Eventually, we want to go work with homeless and do a lot of other things.
I would like to
You got to
help
do
out
something.
more.
Do what now?
I would like to help out with it.
Well, now that you're out here, we'll exchange information. I'm going to be doing this every weekend throughout the summer. Well, unless it gets too hot.
Right.
I was mowing Samford Cemetery, weed whacking last summer in a heat wave. How about that?
Oh no, he just sprayed chemical.
That's okay.
It's good. Okay.
The better, more water.
Do you have water?
He won't drink water. He won't drink it from my hand. Like, he's just weird. If he's not at home, if he's not eating or drinking, he's like a child on the go.
He's like, I saw the first guy.
No.
He's just like yelping over there. Oh, there he comes.
Oh, no.
Oh, Nico.
So these things were like disgusting looking just a little while ago.
I don't
So-
even want to touch the broken one. What do you do with those?
Which
Do you-
one?
Like that
Oh,
one.
well,
And then where's another one?
I wouldn't do
I probably wouldn't mess with it
No.
because
The one behind you too. Is it behind you? Yeah. Which would be
somebody
cool
probably
to
ran
see.
over it.
I know.
Somebody
Yeah.
probably hit it with a mower. So I've never hit a headstone. I've never chipped one. I mean, please, Jesus, help me. I try to be very cautious when I'm out here. So that's not going to be white. That's going to be like a I don't know, whatever that granite is. But that's pretty neat.
It is.
And then when he comes back with the water,
He's spraying off that
we'll hose these two down and they'll look real nice. Y'all come back. I mean, this is y'all's community.
Oh yeah, we live.
I mean, this is your backyard.
Yeah.
You know, I live over behind Bloomingdale High School,
Oh.
but I hit all the little cemeteries around here. So my job is to kind of spark the interest.
No, that one's all broken.
Yeah, don't.
All right, hose that one down and let's see the big reveal. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is.
And the longer you let the D2 sit on it, the whiter it gets. So what I do is before I leave, I'll just douse it and just leave it, let it dry on it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's eating the algae off of it. This cemetery, the headstones are actually, compared to the other ones I've been in, the headstones are really nice. You would expect them to all look gross like the black right there, with all the trees and the growth, but for some reason they didn't look that bad.
It was a sandstone they're made out of, right?
Yeah, I think the older ones are the sandstone, and then you got the granite. I know the granite's all the veterans ones.
That's amazing.
Wouldn't it be nice to have the nicest cemeteries of all Hillsborough County? We should have like competitions.
Right?
Like Manatee County, what's going on? The cemeteries look like garbage.
That's amazing.
So I used to run all the post-traumatic stress groups for the Vietnam guys at the Tampa VA, and I had a veteran one time. He told me, he goes, you can tell a lot about a local community about how the cemeteries look.
Huh?
And it's
Wonderful.
true, I appreciate y'all coming down.
Okay, so let me get a hit with the.
Isn't that cool, everybody? Sarah Andrews. Y'all come back here in a week and it'll be even cleaner.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I found out about that D2, and it's like what you're supposed to use on these
Get
names.
5 gallons for how much?
So I've been picking up 5 gallons for, it's like $200. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Or you can go on Amazon, and
You
sometimes
dilute it, or is it just straight?
it's just straight, Some people dilute it, but I use it straight because it works a lot better.
Right.
Especially when I'm doing the live streams. Everybody loves it when it literally is a black tombstone and then it turns white, It's satisfying videos.
That AMSR.
Cool. I doubt their family lives around here anymore, but it still looks nice, don't it?
There's no gear or nothing.
No.
I think the research I did, I think these two were some of the first people interned here, along with Mr. Samford. That's the obulist over there. That's what it was named after. But I'm a history guy. I love history. I
those
like
pictures look really old.
Yeah, they look really old. And imagine they faced the sun all these years, so it survived whatever it was.
It's pretty amazing. I like how the old, the tombstones in like the 90s, they have like color in them, and a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen one with that Ninja Turtle. That's awesome.
So when I found that
That's
a week
so
and a
cool.
half ago, it was completely covered over. It looked like this, and I found it by accident. And then when I started uncovering it, I started crying because I got 3 little children, and they love the Ninja Turtles. I'm gonna bring my friends. I hope my sponsor, the Lowe's lady, is on here. I sent her a text to the link. Hey, Miss Jessica, I need everything on that list I gave y'all. I need some chainsaws. I need some weed whackers. We got volunteers out here. But look at this, everybody. This is Raphael, Ninja Turtle. Now, I was out here like the first day when I was doing this, and I had kind of an emotional, because I got little children, And a part of my spiritual journey is, God allows me to feel a little bit of the empathy that these people have gone through. I'll never know, because thank God I've never lost a child. But look how little this grave is, And then you see there's a bench right there. So that tells me the families come out here, and so much that they wanted a bench to sit there. And I sat on that bench and I started weeping, because that's just kind of like what I do, And I pray that the family's still around. Wouldn't it be so cool if they came out here because they found out we were doing this?
Maybe we could research it.
But it's just so sad, because this child would have been the same age as me. He was born in 1980 like I was. And I used to love the Ninja Turtles. I used to draw them because I'm an art guy.
Oh, so am I.
That's why I got all the crazy graphics on the truck. You can't miss them. But when you get out here and do these acts of kindness, this is kind of, for me, it makes me complete and whole,
Oh, yeah, it's very rewarding.
And then you're helping people that they will never know that we were out here. So this veteran here, I don't know if that's a veteran, but these all clean up real good with the D2. Well, let me see how much more time I got here. I'd be out here all day. Oh yeah, look at this. Let me go grab the shovel.
Fine.
See, a lot of veterans get buried in the national cemetery, so there's always going to be someone to take care of them as long as we have a government. But sometimes the family
Prefers a private.
private, you know. But then things like this happen. Because my brother-in-law David, he's buried at Turkey Creek Baptist Church, and they still have church there, and people still come out.
Bubba.
I feel like there might be one here too.
71 and yeah, super young.
93, 20.
Yeah. The perfect size.
Yeah, I found that at a yard sale.
They
I
don't
find
make
a
'em
lot
like
of my
that.
stuff at yard sales.
They don't make them like that no more.
They don't make a lot of stuff like they used to. But I'm hopeful those, you know, I sent them a wish list. I didn't say, hey, give me $1,000. I said, I went on their website. I was like, I need 3 of these chainsaws. I need 5 of these weed whackers.
All right.
I didn't go for the most expensive ones, but I went for the ones to get the job done.
That's what it's all about.
But they really like what we were doing, and they're going to donate the flags.
Shovel.
Yeah.
I've just been.
Weed whacking before I got to run, but wow, look at these. These are literally turning white. Look, everybody, these were black. These are like 2 of the most disgusting looking headstones out here. And now they look beautiful. Ain't this cool, friends? It just takes one strong man. And friends, it ain't me. My goodness, it might be you, but it ain't me. Let me suck down a little bit of water. So hey, Miss Jessica, the community team lead, if you're watching this, and I certainly hope you are, because I sent you the link. This is what we do. I didn't even meet these people until like 2 hours ago, but they answered the call because I put a call out, and now they're out here getting the job done. So I need that partnership. I need my wish list, please. It ain't for me, it's for the ministry. The chainsaws, the chain lube, I need the weed whackers, because if my weed whacker goes down, then there ain't nobody to get the job done. So I need the backups. Then as this project grows, Miss Jessica, from the Lowe's in Bradenton, friends, you better get your butts down to Lowe's. Friends, come in here very clearly. Friends, I better not catch y'all shopping at Home Depot, friends. That's where all the girly guys go. Don't you dare let me catch you going there. But friends, I don't know. I might need some sponsorship down the road. I don't want to burn no bridges. It's a community effort, for goodness sakes. Friends, Miss Jessica, we cleaned up the whole tree. My man, he brought his tractor down here. We moved all this debris out of here. This is a forgotten cemetery, for goodness sakes, but not any longer. So look, if we can get that partnership going, the flags are a really good start. But we get all the other stuff on the list, and then we get your volunteers out here with their nice team shirts on, the Lowe's. We're going to start doing this in your neck of the woods. I'll come down to Bradenton. We'll get a cemetery. I know there's one down there near where you live. There's probably 10 of them. They probably look like this one. So we'll start getting the job done, and that's going to bring a lot of positive attention your way. I got 4 people out here today, and they could go to Lowe's after this and buy some tools or something. I don't know, friends. But all I know, Miss Jessica from Lowe's, the community liaison team lead, I'm hanging out with men and some ladies, and we need tools, and we need home improvement items. And we don't want to shop on Amazon. We want to go down to the neighborhood Lowe's, and we want to be taken care of because y'all love the soldiers and you love the veterans. And we love y'all too. So let's get that partnership. Let's just get it going. We're going to be out at the cemetery. Friends, I might have something to do next Saturday, but I got a call here in a little while to see if I can get it rescheduled. Friends, I'm going on Social Security disability. It's all true, friends. I can't work anymore. I had that horrible experience with the Bay Vines VA. Friends, I'm not kooky, but I got trust issues. I can't go work for nobody. That's why I got to do the ministry work. All right, friends, let's get to work. Miss Jessica, think about our chat the other day. I know you have, man, and I appreciate you watching the live stream. I still got to put that list together. I got something going on with the computer at home. I got to redo the whole Excel spreadsheet. But that's okay. All right, let's get to work. Because I got to come up with a list, everybody. I got to come up with a list of all the cemeteries that we're going to be putting flags in.
500 flags. I got to find 500 soldiers. And that's not hard, friends, because there's 40 of them out here. So we'll do a ceremony out here maybe on Friday. And then we'll go to the other cemeteries. Friends, let's get back. Now, Miss Jessica, I did buy this at Home Depot, and it does work. But I would love one of your Strels. I would love to get my hands on one of them, like a couple of them. That way I can get a couple volunteers' hands on them, and we can get the job done. Now, my in-kind donation list was it was very generous. I wasn't asking for everything in the store. I'm just asking for little items to get the job done. And I know y'all, of course. All right, let's go over here. We got some more weed whacking. We got all these trees. Look at all these trees. This whole tree, friends. My man Julian over there with his tractor. Well, he got the tree, we got it out of here, friends. And he's got a dump trailer. Now we got to coordinate with the county, Hillsborough County. Because, friends, we're not going to pay any money to go dump this at the dump. Y'all are going to donate it. Because I'm pretty certain y'all are responsible for this whole area. This is the Deer Lake Cemetery. Jessica, I need one of y'all Strels weed whackers. I told you this is from Home Depot, and now it don't want to work. We'll get a couple more pumps. Of course. Oh no. What in the world? I was just complaining, and now it don't want to work. Hold on.
Hey, I'm taking off, my man.
Hey, I appreciate your help.
Hey, you want to get my number? Put it in your phone?
Yeah, probably by the front of the truck.
Here's my car.
I got stickers for you. I just got them the other day.